Hey guys, it's me Nikki, and today I'm really feeling the spring vibes if you can't tell. I have a palette here that I have finally sat down and tried. This is the Bad Habit Retro Love palette. Here is what we have, and it's a beautiful assortment of greens. We have some yellows. I think this is a very awesome and super cheap palette for spring. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. This is in Fair. I'm doing this first. I'm going to go in and I'm going to kind of carve out the lower part of my brow. So I'm just bringing the concealer down a bit. I'm going to be blending it. And I'm going to kind of blend any streaks and harsh edges. So next I'm going in with the e.l.f. Nude Linen Liquid Eyeshadow. This is from their Beautifully Bare line. I'm applying this on the inner corner of my eye and just on my lid. So now I'm blending it out with that same brush. I know this sounds like a lot. However, whenever I did play with this palette by itself, the color that I wanted to use didn't really show up too well unless I had a darker base underneath. I'm going to go in with a bareMinerals product. This is the Whipped Velvet Long Wear Eye Color, and it's in the shade Sumptious Olive. And I'm applying this just on my actual eyelid. And I'm stopping at the crease. I'm going to be blending this out so it looks a little crazy right now, and I understand. I just want to make sure that it's like all over my crease, all the way to the lashes, and then I'm taking this brush and I'm blending it upwards and outwards. And then I'm going to take that same buffing brush that I used earlier to kind of make sure that it's nice and soft. Now we're going to have some fun. So I'm going to hop into this palette and grab a shade right here called Hippie. It's a very beautiful dark olive green. And with this shade, I am going to like pat this seriously all over the entire eyelid to kind of deepen up that olive color. Alright, so now that I have some on my brush, I'm going to turn my brush sideways and blend it upwards and outwards. Like so. A little smoky, a little fun, a little bit bold and dramatic, which I like personally. Next, I'm going to go in with a shade called Maud. It is right here. It's more of a forest green and less olive. So with this, I'm going to apply this right on the outer edge of my eye, basically the outer V here. It's just to add a little bit of dimension. And of course, I'm going to blend it a bit because I really do not want it to be too crazy. And I want it to have a nice transition into that brow highlight that I will be applying later. So next I'm going to take a shade in here called Icon. And this is a duochrome kind of green-yellow shade. It's super sparkly. It's actually more of like a chartreuse. It's what's right here on the center part of my eyelid. I will be using this with a damp brush. I'm going in with the e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set. Now I'm going to grab that beautiful duochrome chartreuse shade and I'm going to pat this onto the center of my eyelid. And I'm bringing it all the way up to the crease. Now as I work, I'm going left to right to kind of blend this a bit. Isn't that beautiful though? Oh my gosh, I really love this color. It speaks to my soul. I'm going to go back in and grab a little bit of Maud here to kind of touch up the inner and outer part of my eye. just where the green meets that chartreuse. I'm going to grab a shade in here called Nostalgia, which is this really, really dark brown shade. And with this guy, I'm going to put it just on the outer edge. And I'm actually going to grab just a pinch, and I'm going to put it in my crease right above that green. And again, I want to make sure I've blended everything on the top edge here because I'm about to apply a highlight, and I want to make sure that everything looks really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to hop in with a highlight. What I'm using here is the BH Cosmetics Blacklight Highlight 6 Color Palette. I'm actually going to grab a shade right here, which is a green shade. It's called Laser. It's more of like an icy mint green highlight, and it has a little bit of like a duochrome shift. And I'm going to grab a little bit of this, and I'm basically focusing right here on the arch. So I'm going to go back in with Laser one more time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it wet. I'm going to apply it right here on the inner corner of my eye, and it's just, as you guys can see, it's going to add a little bit more of a pop. It's really going to tie in the dark green, the chartreuse, and then you have the highlight. Oh my gosh, I love this. I'm actually going to use two separate liners. I'm going to take the Inglot AMC Gel in 77. This is just black, and I love it. And I'm also going to take the e.l.f. Precision Liquid Liner in black. This is discontinued, and I do apologize. However, I buy these on eBay. I buy them in bulk. There are multiple sellers that sell like 3, 4, 5, 6 at a time. That's what I do. It's amazing. I don't ever want to run out, even though I know that day will come at some point. But we're not there yet, so we will cross that bridge when we get there. So I have this piece of tape on my face, and I'm going to use it as a guide for my liner. So now I'm going to hop in with an eyeliner, and I am using one from Urban Decay. It's a 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This is in Stash, and I will show you guys. This is super freaking beautiful, by the way. I am going to smudge it out. I'm not trying to flip you off. I'm sorry, guys. And I just like rubbed most of it off my hand. Sorry. Let me just redo this for you. Okay. So here it is. It's a beautiful sparkly olive green shade. I am going to apply this on the outer edge of my lower part of my eye. And I'm going to bring it over quite a ways, and then I'm going to smudge it out. I'm going to grab Maud right here, and I will be applying this on the outer edge, right on top of that liner. So I'm actually going to skip the center part, and I'm going to kind of pat it on towards the inner corner. And I'm going to grab that same shade I used earlier, Icon, which is this really pretty duochrome shade. It's going to match the top lid essentially, so we're going to have a mirror effect. And I'm going to take my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I'm going to spritz my brush. And then I'm going to grab that color, and I'm going to pat it on the very, very center of my lower lid. I'm just going to go back and forth. So that way it's kind of blended out. I am going to take the e.l.f. Waterproof Gel Eyeliner Pencil in black, and I'm just going to line my waterline. Now, I misplaced my Wet n Wild Las-O-Matic. However, I found the Fbers. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Mascara, and I'm going to use the Fbers with it to kind of basically do the same thing I would with the Wet n Wild mascara. My bad. It happens. So I'm going to go ahead and coat these lashes real quick. And now I'm going to hop in with the Fbers before this dries. And then I'm going to go right back in with that mascara. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply a concealer or foundation underneath my eye. I'm actually trying out a different shade here from The Ordinary, so I'm going to use a foundation as a concealer today. And this is in 1.2 Light Neutral. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this underneath my eye. I may add a little bit more foundation because it's incredibly thin and I want to make sure I get some pretty good coverage. So what I'm going to do now is take a beauty blender and I am going to go back and forth and pat this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bronze up / contour my face a bit. I'm taking the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette, and the shade that I'm using is going to be right here. Okay, so the shade that I'm going to use is right here. It is HCPS 06. So I have to be a little careful with the blush because we have a ton of green on the face. It's from bareMinerals and this is in the shade Intrigue, which I hope you guys can see this on camera. I think it's very pretty, and whenever I traveled to California, this is the blush that I used. I had to stick it in my makeup bag. So I'm taking a little bit at a time and I'm building this shade up. Okay, so now we're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be out of this world. I'm going to take Laser again, and just to show you guys a swatch of this, I think it's gorgeous. This is really unique, and I like having this palette because it's getting me out of my comfort zone and getting me to try like unique, different colors. I feel like we need to see different things on YouTube. I see a lot of the same stuff from different YouTubers. I kind of like the green. I don't know. I mean, I'm already a fan of the color anyways, but let's go ahead and take a look, shall we? So this is like icy mint in your face amazingness, okay? I'm kind of living for the highlight right now. I'm gonna grab some of this product and we are gonna sweep it on our face. Oh yeah. Look at that shine. I love it. I love the green. It's just different. I'm loving it. I'm going to bring it down into the blush a little bit to kind of blend and diffuse it. So for the lipstick, I'm actually going to use a shade here from bareMinerals. This is the Gen Nude Matte Liquid Lipstick in Hemp. Okay guys, so we have completed the look. Now I have to say that I really, really do love the chartreuse on the center of the eyelids, and I love olive green. Girl, that is my jam. I love greens. It doesn't matter. It could be like shit green and I would love it. It's just, I love green. It's a thing. Anyways, with this particular palette, I would say 90% of my thoughts and feelings on it are positive. The 10%, we'll go ahead and get into that. So a few of these shades, upon playing with and trying to work with, I can make them work. However, it takes time and it takes a base that is a similar color to the shade that I choose to use in this. I've noticed that with the mattes. Now, not all of the mattes are that way, but some of the greens and like the teal that they have down here, like this shade right here that we use today as well. You know, it's hit or miss. It really is. I notice that the more that I blend them, the more they disappear, unless I'm using a base that is a dark shade close to that color, which is why I used that bareMinerals product first to lay down as a base. Now, once you do that, as you guys can see, it's gorgeous. So I would keep that in mind if you're interested. Now, with that being said, I would say if you're new to makeup, go ahead and try it. I mean, you can't beat it for the price, guys. I made it work, okay? If I can make it work, I'm sure you can too. But just know it's going to take some time, and it is going to take a base that's a similar color. Now the foils, oh my gosh, okay, so the foils of any of the Bad Habit palettes I've ever tried have been hands down gorgeous, amazing. I use them wet though. So that's how I do it. I have the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I also use MAC Prep and Prime. I have no problems. Both the Prep and Prime and the e.l.f. Mist and Set work the exact same. They look the same, they feel the same, they stay the same amount of time. I would prefer to use all of their foils with a mixing medium, but that's preference for me. It's really up to you guys. I just noticed I get more bang for my buck this way, and I love bold eyeshadow. You know me by now. So that is basically all I really have to say. I do recommend this palette. I mean, seriously guys, the price. You can't beat that. I did buy it with my own money. I bought all of the Bad Habits with my own money. I mean, I buy most of the stuff you guys see on my channel with my own money. So this is definitely a hit. It's going to take some time to work with some of the colors. Just know you have to have a dark base for it or a similar shade for that. Foils are fantastic. Like, they are just amazing. They're beautiful and they're very bold. I do have more palettes from Bad Habit if you guys are interested in seeing them. I can do more looks with them if you guys are interested in seeing that, of course. But either way, let me know what you guys think of the video. Would you guys wear this? I know it's bold. I know it's not for the faint of heart, but I love it. So, fits me, fits my personality. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you guys again so much for stopping by. And if you're new, I hope you stick around. Definitely give me a like, leave me a comment, you know, hit me up. Let me know if you would use this palette. Like, what do you think? Have you used it? Let me know if you have. If they have any other palettes from Bad Habit that you're interested in or you would like to see more of, let me know too, because I do have quite a few that I'm able to share with you guys. So yeah, that's basically it. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. You know what? I might get even more bold, and I might actually put just a pinch on my nose. Like, literally, like small. Oh, that was way too much. And that was a pinch. Jeez Louise. Okay, we're gonna fix the situation. This tickles so bad right now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna fix this by applying some powder here. There we go.